So I've done my first section, this one. This is how it looks. I'm gonna take a pink marker and I'm gonna mark the beginning of this round or of this row, or it's just gonna be the side seam marker, and I'm gonna put it right at the beginning of this where I slip stitch the foundation chain here. And in the first picot I'm going to put a light green marker. The light green markers are gonna divide the sections, the picots, when they will tell me that there are 10 picots here. So another green marker for the 10th picot. And this, I'm gonna know that there are 27 cells here in this section. Next one, I'm gonna be working this one, the bottom one, the 26 cells. The difference here is obviously one cell, and it is in here. So the first 3 cells work as you did here, and then you have to have 2.5 cells for the picot. Okay, so the picot sort of is done on top of this chain, and then you finish this cell, and then you have 2 more cells, and then again on top of this chain you work the next picot, and then you're gonna have another section ending with a picot on top of a double crochet, and then you have the 3 cells like here. Okay, let's get to it. So the first 3 cells are like here. So after your picot, work a chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet into the next chain stitch of your foundation chain, and continue like that for, this is the second cell, and this the 3rd cell here. All right, so now we know that I have to work a picot, this one. Remember that this picot is the same as this. So when I finished the first section and I marked it, it actually gave me the first picot of the next section too. So I'm gonna be looking at this one that I have to make now. So 1, 2, 3, that's 3 chains, and slip stitch into the front bars of the double crochet so that the picot could lie right on top of it. So I need to do this section 2 more times. So that is my first cell, and then my second cell, and my 3rd cell. So that's my 3rd picot, supposedly. Okay, and so that's 1 section, 2nd section, and 1 more. You have to always keep counting. Crochet is all about math, precision, symmetry, and all those things. If you do work like that, if you like that kind of calculated precision, it doesn't have to be necessarily, but I mean for projects like that you have to be precise. So that's my 3rd section, and I'm gonna work my 3rd, I mean my 1, 2, 3, 4th picot. 3, slip stitch into the front bars. Okay, so since I have these 3 sections done, now I have to work 2 cells and a half. So let me show you how that is done. So you know how to work the 2 cells. So that's going to be the first one, and then the second one now. Now, I'm not going to make the chain in order to show it here, but instead of this chain, I'm just going to work the picot, okay? Imagine that this chain is not here, it's just a picot. So let's see how that will look. 1, 2, 3. This time, I'm not slipping into these 2 bars, but a normal picot, like slip stitch into the 3rd chain from hook into this one here. And this picot will stand for that chain that stands between the 2 double crochets, okay? So immediately after the picot, work a double crochet as you would, like you skip the bottom one, you skip 1 chain stitch at the bottom and then double crochet into the next. So there you have your 2 cells and supposedly a half, okay? All right. So now we have to, we did this as well, okay? So now we have to work 2 more cells. So that's 1. And then there's second. And here we have to do absolutely the same thing we did into this cell. So right away the picot instead of that chain 1. Slip stitch into the 3rd chain from hook, so that the picot looks like it's in the middle of the cell, okay? Not on top of the double crochet, but in the middle of the cell. We're gonna skip 1 chain and then you're gonna work the double crochet into the next stitch. And that will have this section completed and half of this already done. So 2 more cells. One, 2, and then we have to have this picot on top of this, okay? We're moving it up here. And this one we're gonna work like previously we're gonna slip stitch into the front bars of the double crochet. And what's left? It's left 3 more sections of 3 cells, okay? So I'm gonna do this with you. This is my first cell. That's my second cell. And my 3rd cell. And the picot on top of this double crochet. So that's the first section of the 3, okay? I need to do this 2 more times. So my first cell. Second cell. 3rd cell and the picot. Chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the double crochet, and I have to work the last one, 3 more cells. So 1, 2, and 3, and a picot. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch on top of this double crochet. Now let's see what we have. We need to have 10 picots per section, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna put another green marker on top of the last picot. This last picot is also going to be the very first picot of a 27 cell section. So if we look at this, we are completed with this one, we did this one, and we did this one. Now we have to work, continue in this same manner, twice for 27 cells, like this section, this and this, you're working twice, and then you're going to work 26 once, and then again 27, like following this chart, okay? So make a screenshot, pause the video or whatever. This is what you have to guide yourself from. For the second one, the one that has 26 cells, I am putting a white marker in for me to know that this is a 26 cell section, okay? So I am done with this foundation chain and filet crochet row. I've worked my last chain one, and I will slip stitch right in the third chain of this first double crochet, okay? Slip stitch. Now, since I need these picots to stay like this on the bottom, okay, just like in this chart, but I ended up on top like this, I need to find a way to go to the other side without breaking the yarn. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this marker for just a few seconds. I'm gonna turn my work, and I think I'm gonna switch to this smaller hook just for now. And I'm gonna do the following thing. I'm gonna turn this work like this, okay? I'll make a chain, and then I'm gonna slip stitch along these 3 chain stitches so that I could go up. So just slip stitch along these stitches. And then slip stitch one more. I think it's here. Yes, it's right here. So I have 3 slip stitches along the back, let's say, yeah, of this chain 3 thing. Now I'm gonna switch back to my regular crochet hook, and I don't think I want to have this wrong side facing me, so I am gonna chain 1, and I am going to turn this work like this so that I have the right side facing me, okay? This thing here, it seems like it's a little bulkier, but trust me, when you wear the dress, this really is not gonna be felt nor seen. So I think it's a pretty cool trick if you need it, okay? And this thing, the marker that separates the beginning from the end, can be placed back into it if you want to. I suggest to. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna put it in any of this, and then I'll just keep moving it up as we work the rows. Okay, so let's look again at what we have. Sorry, my camera is moving. So 27 cells, 26, 27, 27, 26, and 27. All right, they are mirroring each other, they are symmetrically arranged, which I need. And now we can keep going with our work. So I'm gonna turn a page back to the basic stitch pattern. All right, back with my crochet hook and back to work. If you look at the chart, this is the row that we already did. That was the first row, okay? So this is the first row, and we already done that. Now second row, since this is worked in the circle, it will always start here in the same point, okay? So now I have to work a single crochet. So if you start the row, of course you're gonna have to work a chain stitch, okay, before that single crochet. So since I already have my chain one, I'm gonna try and insert this hook in here anywhere, as just to have a single crochet here. Okay, that's good enough. So single crochet and then chain 3. Look, chain 3, you'll skip 2 cells and you'll work a 3 double crochet cluster on top of this double crochet after the 2 cells, okay? So chain 3, skip 2 cells, and on top of this double crochet work a cluster, 3 double crochet cluster. That means 3 unfinished. I need to find a way to work this so it doesn't stretch so much. Let me see if I can think of something. Maybe I can go into the stitch like this. Yeah, into the stitch will be fine. If you work into the stitch, it will be fine. So 1, 2, 3, and now you finish them all as one. That's a 3 double crochet cluster, and then we need to chain 3, skip 2 cells, and a single crochet on the double crochet immediately following these 2 cells, okay? So 1, 2, 3, skip 2 cells, 1, 2, and here work a single crochet, and I'm gonna split this double crochet in half to work the single crochet into that stitch. I'm only doing this because I feel like if I'm gonna go just into one loop, it's not gonna be as firm as if I go into the stitch, and it will hold the dress firmly, all right? Because we're gonna have a big piece. Yeah, okay, and that's all you do for this round. You repeat this section. So chain 3, skip 2 cells, 3 double crochet cluster on top of the double crochet immediately following the 2 cells, okay? So something didn't do right. Okay, now it's better. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably not the best color to show in a video, when we work. It's a dark color, it's difficult to see. So chain 3, skip 2 cells and single crochet right into this double crochet stitch. Don't like that, so I need to have 2 loops here, like that. That's better. All right, so you got the idea, okay? One section requires 4 cells, okay? So that's the second time. And just keep going like that until you come back here. I'm going to show you one more time. Chain 3, 3 double crochet cluster, so you skip 2 cells and into this double crochet I'm gonna work the 3 double crochet cluster. That means 3 unfinished double crochets, and then we finish all of them as one. Chain 3, skip 2 cells and single crochet into the double crochet immediately following the 2 skipped cells. Okay, so 1 and so forth. All right,